Welcome to On the Way to School, your 6-minute daily boost for educators and administrators. I'm Christopher S. Dennis, and today, let's elevate our journey together. All right, happy hump day, folks. Welcome to On the Way to School, and I literally just made it on the way to school. Traffic is always an interesting experience here in Los Angeles, folks, especially in the Valley. But anyway, I had an opportunity to interview with a science chair candidate today. So I was 10 minutes late to my 30-minute interview, but hey, things happen. But no, she was great. Hopefully she has a great rest of her day. But it's just one of those mornings. So I'm going to make sure that I slow down and get with all of you today because I had a wonderful evening last night. We had just kind of a nice event for school at a local gallery to kind of just recognize some philanthropy that the school benefits from. And I had a lovely conversation at my table with my wife and some community members. And we started to pick up on a trend of this kind of archetype or Sharkotype of leadership where, it's this alpha male persona and this just kind of, just shark attack type of leadership where everything is just intense and at a 10 all of the time. And I had a chance to speak with a man by the name of Sheldon, who's a longtime attorney. And, he was just saying like, I was never one of these alpha male type of lawyers. And, I wondered if my career was going to, suffer because of that. But I just knew in my heart that I didn't need to be cutthroat and just be intense all of the time or at all. So he told me this really wonderful story about how, he just stuck to what he knew to take care of people and be consistent. And, within, relatively, short portion of career, he was able to start a practice with some partners and grow and ultimately be the last kind of partner standing through the firm over this kind of 45, 50-year journey. And his contribution of being that consistent voice has led to its longevity. And there was another guy at our table, Mike, who I asked him how his day was going and what he'd get into today. And he just kind of talked about leadership. And he's a member of a leadership group of a company that's got 2,000 employees. And I asked him his thoughts. And we talked about art, and he asked me what's my latest art project. And I said, well, the podcast. I told him we were, about 91 episodes in, and I asked him what's his form of art, his expression. And he talked about leadership being his contribution or his art form that he really cares about. He cares about imparting just knowledge and wisdom into leaders and people along their career path. So I asked him, I said, well, what does it look like when Mike's having a bad day and his team members are on the wrong side of all of that knowledge, and he's having a bad moment? And he said some really powerful things. He said, well, it comes down to just giving feedback. And, he kind of did a micro role play, and he said a couple phrases that were really cool, really powerful, and stood out to me. He said, yeah, this morning I had to just reach out to somebody who had some things going back and forth over email. And when I see that happening, the tone is lost in those kind of communications. So you got to just pick up the phone or get on a Zoom call. And, he started talking to this person and giving them the feedback and said, I need you to step up. And, there are plenty of phrases and words out there that ask you to kind of come to your senses and be sober-minded when somebody's speaking to you. But have you ever had somebody tell you to step up in a way where it wasn't accusatory, but it was just very clear? And as a former athlete, as a leader, like I pick up on that. And, when someone says step up, you got to step up, right? Another phrase he said was, he talked about, as he closed the conversation, he was like, he talked to the person, he said, hey, and can you lead us through this? Can you lead us through this? And I was like, whoa, to be able to tell somebody, can you lead us through this? That's a special phrase. That's a special word. So I thank Mike and Sheldon for being good company last night, because I am definitely going to be using that terminology and using that perspective of leadership in my own practice But it just goes to show you that you can find the learning to add to your own leadership toolbox anywhere if you engage the people and you check in. And you don't need to be a Sharkotype to do that. So anyway, time to get back to the next thing. So I'll check you all later on the way to school. Hopefully you're having a great Wednesday. We'll see you tomorrow. Take care. Thanks for joining me on the way to school. Stay inspired, stay motivated, and keep making a difference. I'm Christopher S. Dennis. See you tomorrow.